After after India independent, he became the first home minister and deputy prime minister of India under Nehru interim government. More than 500 native states were there on the eve of the partition of the country. Sardar Patel, masterful diplomacy. With the support and cooperation of Lord Mountbatten, has integrated more than 562 native states into Indian Union. But three native states, Hyderabad and Junagadh and Kashmir, became a big issue. Nehru government. Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel was given the responsibility of dealing with the rulers of above three states. Sardar Patel won the title of Indian Bismarck or Iron Man of India due to his strong action against the rulers of Kashmir, Junagadh, and Hyderabad. Hyderabad was playing an important role even during the time of British rule. Geographically, it is situated in the heart of India and occupied a position of strategically importance. This state was surrounded by the central province in the north, Bombay in the west, Madras in the east and south. It had a vast area and had its own coinage, stamps, and paper currency. It consisted of majority of Hindus population. However, their representation in the government was much less when compared to their Muslim counterparts. The cultural and political awakening in Hyderabad state from began since late 19th century. The established Arya Samaj and Hyderabad State Congress in 1938 provided new hope and direction to people of Hyderabad state to express their discontentment against Nizam. In this process, played a prominent role. He stood and encouraged for integration of Hyderabad state within Indian Union. Along with this, the Vande Mataram movement that took place at Osmania University, B Hostel, Vande Mataram movement has started Osmania University at B Hostel in 1938 November. Influenced the students and people of Hyderabad state. Such activities encouraged and aroused nationalism. When the Indian government asked the states to join the Constituent Assembly, the Nizam Mir Usman Ali Khan of Hyderabad issued a fireman expressing his unwillingness to send his representative to the Constitute Assembly of either India or Pakistan. He expressed his willingness to declare Hyderabad an independent state and rule the state as an independent sovereign. Thus, the intention of the Nizam was to make Hyderabad a dominion of the Commonwealth of Nation. Subsequently, the Nizam, Mir Usman Ali Khan, had sent a delegation to Delhi to meet Lord Mountbatten. The discussion centered around 3 points, such as the restoration of Berar to the Nizam, the grant of dominion state to Hyderabad, and the accession of Hyderabad state to the Indian Union. The delegation got a negative reply for the two demands. Hence, the delegation went to the extent of saying that in the Nizam was pressed hard he might join Pakistan. The government also told the delegation its unwillingness to enter into a standstill agreement without the state of Hyderabad acceding to the Indian Union. The Nizam asked for 2 months' time to take a decision in the matter on 8 August 1947. The Nizam wrote to Lord Mountbatten that he could not think the bringing Hyderabad into an organic union at this moment. Sir Walter Monckton, constitutional advisor to the Nizam, suggested that the term instrument of accession could be substituted by the term article of assassination. However, it was not acceptable to Sardar Patel to the insisted on the accession of Nizam state to the Indian Union. His view was that if the Nizam suggested that the term instrument of assassination. His view was that if the Nizam was special treatment, that would be misinterpreted by the rulers who had already acceded to the Indian Union. When this negotiation were taking place between the Nizam and the government of India, the Nizam was constantly in touch with Mr. M.A. Jinnah, head of Pakistan government. Noticing this, Sardar Patel and Lord Mountbatten offered to the Nizam to have a referendum under the supervision of the British officers. However, that offer was rejected by the Nizam. The Nizam was very much under the influence of the Ittihadul Musliman and its armed wing, the Raja Khas, who supported the stand of the former Qasim Razvi, a self-styled leader of Majlis, taking advantage of the predicament in which the Nizam was placed, tried to rouse Hindu-Muslim feelings, which resulted in acts of arson and bloodshed. Qasim Razvi even visited Delhi and met Sardar Patel difficulties, the Nizam entered into a standstill agreement with the government of India on November 29, 1947. Lord Mountbatten hoped that the agreement would provide a long-term solution to the problem. But his expectation failed miserably. Differences of opinion between the Nizam and the government cropped up. The government of Hyderabad even advanced the government cropped up. The government even advanced a loan of about 20 crores to Pakistan in the form of government of India securities. These actions of the Nizam were protested by the Indian government. At the same time, the activities of Rajakars increased dangerously, causing insecurity of life and property of these people who desired state integration with the Indian Union. Qasim Razvi and his followers, through their speeches, even declared that the Rajakars were the saviors and liberator of the Muslims of India. The situation on the border began to rise. Trains were attacked by the mob. Law and order situation and greatly affected. Amidst these developed, Lord Mountbatten left India on 21st June 1948. After the departure changes of border raids and breaches of standstill agreement were made on both sides. There was a reign of terror. The Nizam tried to raise an army. Innocent people were killed and their houses were burnt down in large numbers. When the situation became uncontrollable, the government of India resorted to police action. This was carried out by Major General J.N. Chowdhury. Police action started in 1948 September. On September 18, 1948, J.N. Chowdhury took charge a military government. Qasim Razvi was arrested and the Rajakars were disbanded. During the time of Rajakars, very important, Rajakars, the Majlis Ittehadul Muslimin, a Muslim communal organization, was established in 1927 under Sardar Jeng. It aggravated the problems in Hyderabad state under the private army called Rajakars. They committed numerous atrocities on the Hindus and interfered with the state affairs to keep it as an independent Islamic state. But their attempts were foiled initially by communists and finally rooted by government of India through police action. Qasim Razvi and Rajakar atrocities. Qasim Razvi was the commander in chief of the Rajakars. Qasim Razvi